Here comes a Black Rose Dragon. Econ take. Dude, this is a real chain of events here. No pun intended. Concentrating current.
Sakura, is this how it all ends? Fury! 800 damage!
Oh my god! The second last change is the last.
Oh, that's right. No delays, no Sir Karibos. Taz can Levica goes into the lane. Taz takes it back.
Alright, hello. Hope everyone is doing well. We're right off the bat going to start for the first match. Let's join them. I'm actually going to put the volume right now as well, as I'm probably going to be changing settings. Let me put the volume in game. Hope everyone is doing well as well. Right, so for the first match, we're going to have Ankara is on top and Doctor is down. And by the way, if my volume of the mic is loud, okay, let me just cut the voices. This is something I usually forget. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, starting with heroes. Right now, increase. Which search? Just for Vion, alright. Oh wait, I actually forgot one thing though. Anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, like that. Alright, pretty nice field. 3 monsters on the side of Doctor. So nice at the turn of Ankara, who is actually going with Zane, so... By the looks of it, I do believe he's playing Cyber Dragon, which is quite a surprise here. Not a lot of people are actually playing Cyber Dragon as well. Alright, as usual, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Hopefully the room is not bugging so far. Also depends if he didn't get like the good monsters. I can understand them. Okay, now that is interesting. Alright, Cosmic Cyclone to just reduce himself by 1000 life point to be able to actually get a Proto Cyber Dragon through the effect of the skill. So he decided to sacrifice the Concentrated Current. Now the question is, which fusion is he going to go for? Alright, Chimeratic Rampage Dragon. Very nice choice, because with Chimeratic Rampage Dragon, he's actually able to attack all of the 3 monsters. With the fact that he has like 1 attack, and each time he sends the Cyber Dragon, he gains 1 more attack. Ooh, 2 spells and traps on the field, and he is actually able to attack all of them. Alright, seems that there's no hand trap, or maybe Doctor is actually saving the hand trap for later. That could be one thing. And yes, indeed, whoever. Actually, the first time I'm actually streaming also on the official channel. Trying to improve my way of streaming as well, so each time I'm like doing commentaries, I'm trying to not be, how should I say, too focused on the game only, and just like bring the normal plays sometimes, pretty much. So we're gonna have malicious, alright. There's possibly a response from his opponent though. No way, Casino wins. Alright, so going for Stratos. Alright, he's going for the second effect. Alright, so he is only going to be able to destroy one card, but at least he can remove one of them. Okay. Actually, no. This is going to be 2 cards destroyed as he's using the effect of Stratos by chaining his apple to summon Blast. Remove only one. He's going to destroy the Stratos. That was a good chain here. 2 overflows were set. So now because overflow is destroyed, he's able to add a card that lists Cyber Dragon in hand. He's actually going to go for the fusion. Wise choice. Now I do believe he has only one Cyber Dragon banished indeed, and he has, if I remember correctly, 1 in the graveyard because of the effects of the Chimeratic Rampage Dragon. Okay. He's actually able to do fusion. Interesting that he had Plasma in the hand already. Goes for Celestial, which is going to let him draw 2 cards. And now it depends on the card he has. He can have the lethal. They still have the possibility for that. We'll see. Alright, first attack passes. And he has the mass change. Here, that's going to be the game. Alright, alright. First game goes to Doctor here. Alright, let me just update the scores here. Alright, here. Alright, so CWC already going for the repeat. I do want to say it can be a good choice sometimes to go yet again with the same deck, but that is interesting that he goes already for the repeated, mainly with a deck like Cyber Dragon. So that's quite an interesting choice here, I want to say. Let me just verify the scores, and I guess we're good to go. So whenever the 2 players are ready. And I think they are. Maybe they're like trying to... Okay, let's hope. Okay, we can spectate. Let's go. Let's join them. Ah, wait, did I just make a mistake? Ah, yes, I see. I forgot that CWC was down, actually, so my bad, indeed. No, I knew CWC actually did the repeat, but I actually thought that CWC was on top, so... All good now. It is fixed. Just a little mistake there. Alright, so yet again it's going to be hero, beginning first turn. Alright, so he goes and search for the malicious. Interesting choice, I want to say. Actually can get to be useful to actually discard the card, so that's what he pretty much does by summoning Forest. right now so far. Classic plays here. Yet again, the 3 monsters on the field. Uses the effect of Violent to at least add to himself a polymerization again. Alright, sends Celestial. Alright, indeed. He went to set the cards. So obviously one of them is going to be the bait and the other one is actually the true protection. So interesting the fact that he plays the first turn differently compared to the previous duel, when he actually know the archetype he is facing against. I do wonder why, because that, well, it also depends on the 2 cards that has been set as well, because maybe, how should I say, he can have like, let's say for example 2 mass change in that case, which is really going to help him, as it is a quick spell, you're actually able to use it on the same turn, you're pretty much able to summon another hero. The other thing is, he has maybe 1, and has the polymerization, that he added through the effect of Bion, so pretty much depends. Good choice on banishing the 2 Cyber Protoss to be able to actually do another fusion for the next turn by using those that have been banished. Alright, one of the cards face down was actually a mass change. What is the second one? Alright, doesn't seem to be something. So Stratus has been summoned. And alright, Blast Prismatic. Oh no, quite a thing. So, he's able to reduce by half the attack of his opponent right now. Alright, with Chimera attack he decides to send the Cyber Dragons. Alright. There's logic as why he sends the cards to the graveyard, that is to be able to actually use one of the effects from his spells and traps. So that is an intentional choice. Alright, so he is trying the bait. So far this is interesting. Alright, so Blast is going to use his effect. 500 life points, sends back to the hand a spell trap that has been set. Alright, the Concentrating Current, this is what I thought he had, because this explains as well why he was attacking. And that will be actually impressive if the card that was set is actually Concentrated Current, because if this is the case, that is a pretty insane play for Minecraft. I gotta say that. That was a great play from Ankara, so let's see how Doctor is actually going to come back. He has the Celestial first of all, so he still has the possibility to draw 2 cards, which is really going to help him out. How did he get a Prismatic Blast? This is actually random. Let's say the cards that you get by leveling up, you have a few percentage of chance to actually get a card being prismatic instead of like normal or even shiny. This is a very rare occurrence. Otherwise, he could maybe have used gems, but it is possible to have it free to play. I've seen someone have this. Just going to change into a Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon anyways. I'm not even joking, Zarex. If you think what I'm saying is a lie, just know that I've seen someone getting plased prismatic without gems. He just leveled up and he said I actually got it prismatic like that. And this really happens. The thing is, it only tells you get the card, but it's actually random. You just don't know if it's going to be prismatic or not. That's just such a rare occurrence that almost nobody has seen, but it is true. Alright, so now he's able to use Celestial, but it also depends on the card he has set. If it is polymerization, it can help him. It is possible. think it's a lie you got played. What is that? Are we going to debate with the fact that we're actually talking about, oh, I obtained a card free to play. Oh, I actually got a prismatic and what I'm saying is fake. You funnies. I know. The thing is, it has been almost a year that I've seen someone getting that. If I had the image, I could actually show you that it was legit, but unfortunately I can't. Alright, so he attacked with Anki to get himself the second mass change. Going for the second Anki. I don't think I will repeat it this early. That's pretty much the choice of the team, I want to say. It is not a bad idea to actually go in repeat, honestly. You can still try to do the repeat early. Indeed, I think the best is to like save it for later, depending of the matchups. Alright, going to be the second win for the team Mai, or Mayakashi. We're actually going to call it like that, I guess. Maybe Mai. So far 2-0 for Mai against CWC. The second duel though on the side of Ankara was actually very nice. I gotta say that. Props to him. Alright, so we're going to have this. Alright, there is a score. We're good to go. Alright. Yeah, exactly. There's always something that can be crucial. Like, that was, in my opinion, still interesting to see how like Cyber Dragon actually decided to use the repeat. I mean, it could have turned out the game. It had the possibility. That is still strange, the fact that he didn't activate the card face down for some reason, so it also depends on what card he got. Right, possibly Ishtar, I do believe. If it is, we'll put the name. Alright, I do guess this is going to be Ishtar on top, and they're ready to go. So we're gonna throw right off the man match. Let me just change the name. And put back the decks. Let's get right into it. So yeah, alright. Yet again Zayn. 3 times Zayn in a row. I don't see that often. Kick. Can be anything, and also no skills activated at the beginning of the duel. It can mean anything. Another Cyber Dragon. Alright. This is not often that we say that. 3 Cyber Dragons in a row. And they want to use this deck mainly against Hero, which is interesting. This time Cyber Dragon actually has the first turn, so they can pretty much have defense and plays. They're looking pretty good so far. It can actually be able to disrupt the plays from Hero for some parts. Right, targets the card in the middle, which one it is. Because either it's going to be a fusion or a trap, or maybe the two are the same card, so it depends. No, I do think he has actually said the fusion, yes. Is CD counter heroes? This is actually something I'm not so sure, so I'm not wanting to say any stupidities. I'm not going to lie, but Cyber Dragon and Heroes, all I know is both of them can do ODK. I still do think Hero can do it more consistently than Cyber Dragon, but if Cyber Dragon get the turn 1, they can have an advantage. And I say that they can, but it's not something sure. The main issue is having Celestial on the graveyard on the side of Heroes is actually pretty easy. So normally on turn 3 or turn 4, depending on when Heroes began the duel, you get to normally have a quick spell or a fusion, which is going to help you to win the duel. Mainly against a deck like Cyber Dragon, who doesn't have like strong attack monsters. Like they only have few which really have the high attack, like Cyber Twin Dragon. You also have Chimera Tech Over Dragon in case you manage to do it, and you also have Cyber and Dragon. These ones have a high attack normally. But on the other side, if you take Chimeratic Rampage Dragon, it's just not going to take any advantage against heroes. Cruiser XL. Indeed, Wayne, I think he always goes as one of the latest players during a team once. Now I guess that is the choice of the team here, I can't say much. Alright, so now he has Divine, he has the increase as well. So now he has the polymerization. Goes with Malicious. Alright, I think he's going to go for the Trinity for the bait. Otherwise he can go for Plasma. Alright, using the polymerization. No, he goes for Adoration instead of Trinity. Alright. Now uses the effect of Adoration. Normal summons a Celeste, whoa. He actually had another normal summon, that is impressive here. So now he has to... Alright, he goes with the Vion against the Cyber Dragon Core. Alright. So far there's a response, it's going to be the fusion. Alright, goes for the Cyber Twin Dragon just to get a good attack. Ooh, the mask change here. That normally is over. Yeah. And it's going to be the lethal here on turn 2. Doctor this time takes the win. Let me just change the score here. I do think that they should actually not and go like for another deck against hero. Obviously going to be up to the team here, because I mean as a caster this is like more of a personal opinion and the team has to like themselves use the strategies here, but it's still something that doesn't occur much. Let's say Cyber Dragon winning against hero, I don't think it goes pretty well. I will guess maybe against Shiranui, yes, or even Element Saber for the fact that you destroy back row, which can get to be helpful. So let me see, do they do repeat? I don't think they do. Otherwise, Haze is going to tell me about that. Alright, they're ready to go. Let's join them. So this time no repeat, alright. Alright, so we're gonna have Jack Atlas this time on the side of Ishtar. Alright, plays Shiranui. Gonna be interesting. Alright, goes already for the level augmentation. And goes for Sensaka to get himself protection. Alright. And alright. Now it's the turn of Doctor this time. For Shiranui, they started to play more hand traps rather than like spells and traps, and it also depends on the hand he gets, but they just don't forcefully need to set already the trap and spell because they know there's actually going to be a CC that is going to be used by a deck like Hero. So rather than that, they pretty much rely on the hand traps. Since Hero is an ODK deck, you know you don't want to have like your spell or traps being destroyed for nothing. So instead he just wants to probably save some of them. Alright, Faris this time. This card Malicious goes already for the Lancer. Alright, goes already for Lancer, interesting. Obviously he cannot like banish the Malicious that is in the graveyard, but I guess he cannot do the, let's say, his combo with increase and then you tribute the Forest, special summon a Vion from the deck, and then Vion uses its effect. He actually went for the normal summon of Vion. Sets a card and ends the turn like that. All good. Alright, so now indeed he's going to go for the Synchro first before doing any plays. Since when you have Squire banished, you draw a card and then you discard one. And he has 3 cards in hand, which is helping him to wisely think which card to actually send in the graveyard. So now he's going for the Synchros, and I will believe that he wants to go for... Alright, goes for the Archfiend Zombie Skull. Otherwise, I can guess he could go for like King Hades. But he wants instead to protect his monsters from effects, which is all good. At least the zombies are like not being able to be destroyed by card effects. So it's a nice protection still. Oh, thank you for the scores. I just saw that indeed I was... I guess I'm still sleepy, wow. Alright, my bad. Alright, just 2 and then... The other match was actually lost by Ishar, so my apologies for that. I guess if I'm putting the scores badly, I can blame the scream that I've done yesterday, as I've been trying to train myself with Team Wars format kick. Alright, so now he decided to debut that Vion face-up attack position to then special summon the Vion, which I believe Vion can chain and actually send the card to the graveyard. Don't worry, wait 10-0. Come on, just... We can see CWC get points easily. Alright, the turn of heroes this time. Here I cannot get most of the plays here because indeed it depends on the hand he gets. Alright, so the skill has his Master of Fusion. Interesting, so I do guess he actually sent a hero monster back to the... How should I say? Back to the deck. Oh wait, is he going for Trinity? He will indeed go for that. The issue will be the hand trap here. Because if he sets cards, we know that he doesn't have hand traps. No, alright, he goes more secure this time, which is interesting. So I guess he wants like to normal summon, use the effect of Adoration to actually decrease the attack of the Sun Saga. And I do guess he's going to go for both of the monsters. Or so I guess. First Ranui, actually, when it comes to hand traps, you actually see Sphere but you also see, Lanza. These two cards can actually be played, so maybe he actually had the hand traps. Now that is actually getting strange because he went to summon Adoration here, which I'm quite surprised instead of like going for Trinity. But it also depends like if he had a spell or something like that, which I can comprehend in that case. No Squire is banished because he wanted to protect that Arcfiend. Draws a card and discards the Gozuki he had. Goes for form change, alright. So now I guess he's going to go for Blast, which is going to reduce... No, goes for Koga. Alright, that is interesting that he goes for Koga. So now indeed he banishes one of the cards from the graveyard to actually reduce the attack of one of the monsters. Goes for the Sun Saga here. And actually being protected by the Kariba Sphere. And this time, in my opinion, I do believe Shirane wins. Doctor has no protection here this time. The one who had the protection is actually Ishtar. He also had the Solitaire. So I do guess he's going to like go for maybe a second Sun Saga. Alright, we're gonna see the Shogun Saga here. Shogun Saga, which is, I believe, banishing the Solitaire. Solitaire's effect activates. Special summon the Tuner and second Sun Saga just to destroy the Koga. I do think I understand why he went for that, because I mean Koga is like a once per turn and during any of the player's turn. So like Koga can actually activate its effect right now and it will actually reduce by half the attack of one of the Sun Sagas, which will not even give the win to Ishtar. So he did wisely think about all of this, going to a second Sun Saga here. First win for the CWC is going to be a victory for Ishtar this time. Alright, so this time I update properly the scores. I'm not gonna do any mistake. Cake. Alright. So now I actually forgot one thing about the decks. Right, both players have only one deck each. Ishtar is actually playing his second deck. The first deck was actually a Cyber Dragon, and his second deck is a Shiranui. Now Doctor used Hero, so now he has to change to another deck. We'll see which one he has. Alright, Ishtar wants to go down. Yes, hello Ishtar. Hope you're doing well. Alright, let me just change and put Ishtar down. Alright. They're ready to go. Let's join their match. Alright, Carly Carmine. I mean, Dark Signer Carly Carmine, so I do guess this is a mirror match here. For real, that would be funny if anybody actually brings Fortune Lady in a Team Wars. But I mean, it's almost impossible. Obviously, they'll go for Shirani because of level augmentation, which is a common skill that I guess all the players of 5Ds have, or almost all of them. And then there's somehow Blair, which also has the skill. So one of the tracks is on GX. Alright, so first turn actually is for Doctor. So Doctor is able to do the Sun Saga first turn, doing the same play, exactly the same play like Ishtar. So let's see if he has back row or if he has hand trap. So it's only one card and it ends the turn. Alright. And thank you very much, Nathanovich. Just trying my best to entertain most of the people here. And also stay as serious as possible because I don't want to be, let's say, too much cringe. Exactly like one of my friends that I'm not gonna say who it is, but a good friend of mine. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what Ishtar is actually going to do. I do not think he actually has a way to, let's say, banish that face down card. Solitaire's effect activates. Alright, puts the tuner in defense. Yes, Mermail. It's Blair. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Blair. Well, Sarah. I don't think Sarah has it at all. This time the turn of Doctor. Nice back row though on the side of Ishtar. He can actually, I believe, protect himself. The only issue for him is he cannot like truly force his opponent to do a synchro so far. Like, I think he's gonna have to wait a lot. The thing is, in the graveyard he has enough to actually do a synchro. So like we can actually look at the graveyard quickly, but like he has enough in the graveyard, having a level 4 and a level 2. So I do believe what he's going to do is wait. Alright, goes for the Lanza. I'm quite surprised he goes for Lanza already. That is honestly a big surprise, because the other thing he could have done is wait to use Lanza more, like later. I'll still say what I think he could have done. Sun Saga is a card that actually needs Shiranu in the graveyard to protect himself or protect another, I do believe, Synchro or like zombie card that you have on the field. He was actually about to do Synchro using the Squire, so yeah, the Squire with the Spectre Sword. Level 6 he has a Synchro. He normally will have timing to actually destroy the Sun Saga, which is still helping him. And I mean, I do believe he has another good back row for that. At least that is my guess. Now that is really going to penalize himself. The other thing also that I almost forgot is maybe he has the Fiendish Chain, which is a card that we also see in Shiranui, so maybe he was like waiting for that. Goes for the Ballista Squad. Ballista Squad on Sun Saga, which is actually destroyed. Interesting. Also Prismatic Ballista, I gotta show this. It's interesting. I still think forget. Oh, okay. That is normal. Okay, I understand everything. My bad, everybody. My bad. The Lanza was good. Oh. Okay, let me just recap everything. Lanza, hand trap, when you discard, the opponent cannot banish cards from his graveyard. So first of all, he cannot do a synchro. On the second hand, he cannot use the effect of the Sun Saga to protect himself. There's going to be almost the same play. Another Lancia on this side of Doctor. Alright, normal summons the Gazuki here. Alright, now he can actually use the effect of Gazuki, which is going to send a card from the deck to the graveyard. Actually going to be a zombie monster. Gets countered by the Fiendish Chain. There is still a chain, funnily enough. There was still a chain somehow. Alright, so now he's actually able to do a synchro from the graveyard. And now issues are just going to begin. Solitaire and the Spectral Sword, which is going to let him do, I think, 2 synchros. So there's the first one. He's going to be able to special summon the second tuner. It also actually depends on the card he has face down. Maybe he has some timing to do so. We'll see. There's possibly timing on the side of both players, so no, he is going to let him do the level 8 synchro. So going for the Shogun Saga here. Alright. All I'll be doing is actually watch. Alright, he goes for the Shogun Saga this time, right off the bat, and didn't want to use the effect of the Shogun Saga for some reason. Forbidden Lance on the Sun Saga, alright. Alright, summons Gazuki, so on the side of Doctor he actually has the lethal. It can also depend on the hand trap that he has. There could be anything. Let's see if the first attack passes. No, there's an answer. So I think he's gonna wait and actually change the position of the Gazuki. No, nothing actually. Alright, so I was actually wrong. Wayne is going to go for Doctor. Alright, so I'm going to be updating the scores here on my side. As usual, Shiranui against Shiranui can be anything actually. Okay, funnily enough, I just did like a little sound and actually my mic actually took it. Pretty stupid. But anyways, Shifu is actually going to take the place of his comrade. Alright, let me just put his name. And I think they're ready to go. So I'll just give the 2 decks. No, actually they're changing the... Oh, come on. You bricks. Okay, let's see what they're going to do. I'm actually going to be waiting to see who is going to be down, like on the bottom, who is going to be on top. Alright, they're going for that position. We'll throw the game, we'll put the names. We're ready to go. Let's get right into it, my boys and girls. Because I mean, sometimes I forget to say girls, but I mean, if we're playing a game like Yu-Gi-Oh, you know there's not like that much of female players, mainly on Duel Links. Mainly on Duel Links, you do not find that much. Alright, so Shiranui yet again is actually going to begin. And Ishtar on the other side can possibly be a dark magician here. Right, Solitaire attributes himself, special summon the Spectral Sword and sets 2 cards and ends the turn. Going to be the turn of Shifu. Okay, now I think this is one of the few occurrences that it's not a pun, but a really stupid question. But isn't he like based on Shifu from Kung Fu Panda? Like when it comes to nickname, because I do believe there was a track named Shifu back then, like that. Also Cosmic Cyclone, decides to use the Lanza. Interestingly, for some reason he actually decides to use the Lanza. And now the Cosmic Cyclone, oh my god. Can depend on what skill he has. I will be really surprised. I don't think we're... Okay, Seal Toms. That is what I expect, because I mean, no mortal can resist really got hit hard, as you need to reduce 2,000 life points to actually... No, you need 2,000 life points of difference between you and your opponent, which is really restrictive. So Circle decided to add the navigation, sets 2 cards, and he is actually looking really good. He is looking really good so far. Alright, yeah, that's what I guess, by the way, Frieza, about the name of Shifu. I do want to say that, like, the first time I've seen Kung Fu Panda, like, as a Disney anime, I mean, it was pretty entertaining, let's be honest. Idea was cool and fun. Alright, so he puts himself in attack. Only has 2 cards. And it is possible that we have Shifu baiting him. Otherwise, Shifu actually has the cards. We'll see, Lucas. I mean, DM can have a big advantage, mainly if he has the correct card, he's very fine to go. Well, I think he'll have to wait, sadly. He doesn't have choice but to wait. Because, I mean, what's going to happen is Gozuki is going to send a tuner to the graveyard. Alright, decides to summon the 2 Door Magicians. Oh, okay. Nice play here, goes for the Kaiku. Now Kaiku actually blocks the possibilities to his opponent to actually banish cards and maybe do a synchro. Banishes the Gozuki, which is again another good choice. I almost forgot about one thing. Let me just bring one thing up Gozuki. When he is normal summoned, he does not have an effect when he's summoned. He has the effect after being summoned. So that means there's some timing between the navigation and then Gozuki. Or banished to the Solitaire for some reason, which I think is fine, and just need to direct attack. Ooh, Dower Magic expanded. Alright. And that is going to be a win for Shifu. So 2-4. Pretty good looking score so far. For both teams, in my opinion. In my opinion, Chilah can easily catch up. It all depends on like what decks they're going to play and also what deck they're going to be fighting against. It's all about what the teams have. So we're gonna see another player from my team this time. So Shifu, where did I put you? Alright. Up here. Alright, so we're gonna actually be waiting for the next player here. One thing that I do want to say that actually I don't know, I mean I usually do say so on my streams, personally on my own channel, but for anyone who's here who's like, I don't know, let's say tired or just need a break, feel free to do so. There's always like time to rewatch these matches. There can be reruns from the Duel Links Award team. And there's also the fact that we pause the VODs, so at any time you're going to be able to watch the matches. Alright. So on my side I'm going to be waiting for the next player. Alright, so what we're doing is waiting for the other player from the Mayakashi team, also known as Mai. Alright. So I'm gonna have to put the other screen of preparing match, I think, if that is the case. But I'm not really going to do so yet. No, I'm not actually going to use it. So Shifu is actually moving down just for the sake of it. Alright. We're gonna put an A just for the waiting. Alright, I'm actually going to put preparing match. I'll be telling everyone when the next match is ready, as we're actually waiting for the other player on the side of Mai. So feel free to take a break, and whenever you know that there's like another stream, let's say when you're like watching the streams that are currently going on Duel Links, feel free to come back if you ever want to watch these matches. So far, we'll be waiting for them. Alright, so the 5th player already entered. All good. I'm actually going to remove, we're going to go back with the same screen. So, not going to spoil who it is, but I know the 5th player is here. So we possibly are going to begin soon, yet again. Alright, who is the 5th player? Because I actually want to know, so I'm actually going to hide the screen for just a little bit, not to spoil all the people who is going to be the next player. Right. Alright. I see who's the next player. All good. So I think he's maybe deciding on the deck. We're soon going to begin. Alright, he's ready to go. He joined the table. And both of the players are ready to go. Let's join their match. Alright, so we actually see a May Valentine. Oh no. Skips a turn. Actually it's not OTK technically. It is not, because he knows what archetype he's facing. So I think he prefers to take the time because he knows he cannot do an OTK. Interesting choice here. Alright, goes ready for the Sealed Tomes. So I think he's already going for the Sealed Tomes because of Zephyros, which could be summoned back to the field. Alright, Zephyros has been summoned. I would be really surprised if Lemon got a break. It can happen for Black Wings, but I don't think in that much occurrences they break. The thing that happens is the first step of the break is depending on the hand you get. And when it comes to hand, Black Wings has solid hands most of the time. The real breaks, I guess, or like the other kind of break is during the duel. If you, for example, get Black Whirlwind, let's say, banished by the effect of a Cosmic Cyclone, it's going to stop most of your plays because you cannot search for another Blackwing from the deck and add it to your hand. But in terms of hand, they're pretty good. Alright, just trying to attack this time. I will be quite surprised if he really has nothing. There's just a Bora and there's this. Oh my goodness. Whew, Treacherous Trap Hole here, cleaning the entire row of the Blackwings, and no navigation, so he's actually able to get his 2 monsters, and that is going to be lethal no matter what. Chifu takes the win for CWC. I don't think I've seen yet any Blackwings break that hard so far. No, indeed I haven't watched like so much matches of Blackwings yet, but I mean this is actually shocking indeed. So could be possible we see actually a repeat. I do still think in terms of matchup, Blackwings against Dark Magician is a pretty nice choice, so we'll see what the team decides. Okay, that's what I thought. I haven't called it. They're doing the repeat to the other team. Repeat for Lemon with the Blackwings. Wayne the King Wen. I guess it's always going to be the last Silva's kick. When it comes to Wayne, I do think he always like to go last. Let me join their match. I think I was a bit late, but it also lets them play a bit quicker. TTH and Nav opening classic DM. Can be classic, but I do think another classic way of playing the back row for Dark Magician can also be 2 navigation. I do think 2 navigation is something that is pretty nice to see, and I think it is also like really beneficial because you get to negate 2 cards on the field, let's say that are already face up, or it can also be one that is being activated that you can negate because you have a Dark Magician. So this time we're gonna have Dark Magician opening, is able to use the rod. So now this time it's pretty interesting, like Dark Magician has the first turn. In my opinion he has the advantage. Like Blackwings first turn can have advantages, but also can have disadvantages as we've seen in the previous duel. Alright, no, we don't see that much. Team the Clock, normal summoned. What is this? I'm pretty intrigued to see why he normal summoned it. So here he's going to try to do the synchro here. Oh my god. Another treacherous. That is the second time we have a treacherous. And now Chris is actually using its effect. He's actually not destroyed by card effects. So yet again he's going to be able to do synchro. Now that is because of the effect of having Steam the Clock, which like tributes the token. You can actually special summon Steam himself back again. Could also be another Blackwing from the graveyard, but it can also be Steam himself. So he's going to be able to do synchro, and I do guess he's going to go for Raikiri, possibly. Like what Sakurai say, BRD is coming. We'll see. I think. No, I cannot say much. We'll see. I will also be shocked if we see a Void Trap Hole. I don't think we see this card that much in a Dark Magician deck. Could be interesting if there is a Void Trap Hole for real. Alright. Yeah, there has been a TTH on Chris, and then the Steam the Clock being normal summon. Imagine not reading Chris. Yeah. It's alright, there's going to be the right Kiri here. So I do guess indeed he could have like waited for the TTH, as you're all saying, because the thing is, when he summoned the token that is like normal timing, there will be these two monsters, he uses the TTH. We'll see if he really has something though, on the other hand. A battle phase. Okay, this is actually giving me some deep thoughts here. Because I do guess he's thinking if he wants to destroy the rod or not, and I don't think he's gonna go for the destruction of rod if he's thinking about the navigation being set. If that is the case, if he destroys the rod, you activate navigation, you can actually tribute one of the Dharma magicians you have. Because they're ready for the navigation. Alright. No way! Don't tell me. No way. Out of all the cards he had, it was actually a Dark Magic expanded. He can actually maybe play 1 or 2 copies, but if this was the only copy, that is a top deck. If I've ever seen one. My lord. And against Blackwing, that is really surprising me here. It just came back here this time. It just needs to set the card in my opinion. Yeah. He just needs to set. I mean, he has the lethal technically. I will be really surprised if there was like any Spherical Reaper in this kind of deck. Which I don't think is ever going to happen. Master Shifu with the Sacred Stars, I swear. I have not seen this at all in my life with the Dawn Magician. But so far, they pretty much came back 4-4. This is really surprising me this time. Great comeback from CWC. So now both of the teams are actually having a draw. So, for the decks, it's going to look like that. In terms of score, I'm going to be modifying what they have. Honestly, that was like quite a surprise of a duel, because as everyone said, there was that misplay with Chris, and that he could have like used the Treacherous Trapple later on. But I think that was quite incredible how he turned the tables, and he actually had something to defend himself with. It's already surprising plays. Yeah, Circle didn't come out till turn 2 and he had to think about TDH. That's the thing indeed, Kilvius. And also, hello Rayan. Hello to everyone actually. Hope everyone is doing good as well. So, what we're doing now is just waiting for the other play of mine. Actually, I'm going to do a quick break. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to catch their games. No, they're there. So what I'm going to do, I think, I will launch the game. I'll be quiet for some time because there's the other player already. So, all right, Shifu is still in his place, which is good because I don't want him to change, and it's going to be Kisara. And And they're ready to go. Let's join their match. I'll mute myself. I'll be right back. Enjoy the plays. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, yet again, I do guess this is a normal field on the side of Dark Magician. Yet again, surprised the Cyber Dragons. Also, I guess people heard the noise of the mouse kick. Alright, he goes already for the battle phase. I think he's gonna want to provoke him with the Broad, but he actually, I would say almost, but he actually needs to be cautious, come to think. There's something feature. I think he needs to have at least the Broad destroyed. Otherwise, he's going to use the navigation. No way, no. 2. Oh my god. What is this? Oi, 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 the 2 concentrated current. There's no need to express any words here. Wow. What a win. I don't even see this that much. So it's gonna be the first loss for Shifu. First win for Kisara here. So I do think both of the pairs are ready. Okay, let me try to join them because I do believe they're doing the second duel already. Why is Citra isn't nerfed yet? Because they actually can get clapped, and I think because they have like low attack, and you can still like turn the tables against a Cyber Dragon. That is still like, that opening was quite special, I have to be honest. Alright, so this time Cyber Dragon begins. Alright, so he's gonna summon 3 Cyber Dragon in total, which is really going to help him out. Oof. Alright. So there's a Yamayugi, alright. Alright, summons the Molahu. Sets 2 cards and wants to go for the battle phase. Alright, I guess we heard my sip as well. Thinking that there may be a Cossidus on the next turn. That's why I'm drinking water. Anyways, he's going for the attack, but there's obviously going to be a Cybernetic Overflow. Question will be, which cards will be destroyed? Double current 1 time, no. That will be horrendous if it is 2 times. I don't think there is this kind of card at all. Plus, I mean, Molahu will have like the timing to defend himself if he ever like uses 1 concentrated current. Alright, the first attack passes. And the only attack actually. Current is, yeah, damage step, but I do believe if I'm... Wait, because I don't know if Moloch can actually activate the effect during damage step. I believe it can. Otherwise it's up until the no, battle step. Sorry, battle step. So I could be wrong indeed. Now what are we using? Herald of the Abyss on the Moloch for the sake of it. He could actually flip himself down and he actually has a win over the Herald of the Abyss. But I think he's gonna try to save a card, the cards that he has in hand, so he prefers to opt for that. Alright, that is quite a field here. Question is, what is Chilah going to do? No fucking cap. Alright, so he goes to the fusion here this time. So going for the Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon because he knows he wants to destroy the spells and traps. Okay, so one floodgate. And the other card destroyed was actually another floodgate. Turn of Schaefer this time. Goes with the Aleister. And I do guess he's gonna want to go for the Purgatrio. Otherwise, he could indeed go for like something more secure. And you go for Cossidus. Cossidus can destroy the face down card. And the other thing is he's not like targeted by the face on card. He wants to go for Purgatrio, fair enough. He wants the piercing damage and finish this duel over. He's able to use the effect of the invocation. And it's going to be over. Shifu is not dead yet, he takes the win for this time. So 5-5 so far. Pretty impressed on this match so far. Alright, so both of the players have only one deck. And I'll be updating the scores. No, Cyber Dragon is not like good enough against Element Saber in my opinion, to be honest. The other thing is, I don't know what kind of spell and trap was in the end. The other thing is, he used the Herald of the Abyss pretty soon. Right, that is actually pretty impressive. 30 cards. 30 cards on the side of Chilah. It can actually be maybe a mirror match, but I'm not really sure. Otherwise, I do guess it's maybe Crystron, but I mean... I actually have no clue what kind of deck this is. 30 cards Ekiza, possibly has the level augmentation, but like 30 cards, we do not see that often. I'm quite curious about what kind of deck we'll be seeing. So now, right now he has the Palace, has the Molahu. Good opening hand here. Alright. I don't diss the players Zarx. Honestly, like, or maybe you were like actually talking to the others. Who knows? Alright, so indeed it is a Crestron. That is quite a thing I've never seen before. So using Akiza and Crestron. I'm quite curious what kind of skill he's actually using. There was one time I've seen someone on team was actually using the tie that bins, and usually we see Mystic Deeps, I think. Well, the one where you get the field spell of Umi, so for SSA. And there's a Heavy Star, which a lot of people were actually talking about, so which I'm not really liking, the Heavy Star version. Alright, he had a side tree, summoned by the effect of the Smite Girl, and the side star attack, so he's fine. He can actually do a Synchro if he wants to for the next turn. Alright, so yet again he decides to use the effect of Palace. So there's going to be, I guess, 2 turns he cannot attack. I don't think Akiza has beatdown actually. She does not have beatdown for sure. Alright, so this time he's going for a level 5 Synchro, and the only one they use is going to be a Matrix. He's not sadly going to be able to defend himself. I don't think he has enough in the graveyard as well. He has only a side tree, alright. So I was pretty much wrong. He's actually able to summon the side tree and then do another Synchro for the next turn. Rouse sends fire for Lava Golem. It can actually be the case. Sounds really stupid, but that is actually another possibility. Doesn't want to use the Synchro. I mean, the effect of side tree. Pretty interesting that he doesn't go for the level 7 already. No idea, just deserts, but we're actually trying to figure out which one. The player hasn't used once the skill so far, so I cannot really tell which one it is. Otherwise, if it hasn't been used once during the match, I'll probably have to ask the team of mine what skill they have been using. Alright, so normal summons the Theisvern. Is he tributing? No, he cannot actually. He's just blocked, no matter what. Face down, goodbye. Good thing indeed, Midashi. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. This is actually, and by a lot of chances, level duplication. Another version of the Christian is actually level duplication, which very few have talked about it, and I know some of the people mentioned it. They said it's better than like level augmentation or even level reduction, so they're able to actually do a quick Quarian. In my opinion, I still think the level reduction is better in case you want to do the Quarian using one of the big Synchros just in case. That's another thing we can do. It is not bad. Level duplication for acquiring Gandrax is actually good, but I still personally think if you want to go for acquiring Gandrax, level reduction, let's say in case you have like full board, or not really full board, but like having a synchro on the field as well. I think it's more interesting in level reduction. And people should look forward for the two versions. Alright, so Alastair, and then Saitri already chaining. Alright, so we'll see the Samurai Destroyer, which is sadly going to be flipped face down by the effect of Molahu, I believe. Good thing actually coming from Godfather, who is actually in the chat. About level duplication and the fact that it is a waste. It can sound like that indeed. There's like good ways to summon a lot of crystals and even have a way to get yourself acquiring Gandrax on multiple occasions. The only difficulty will be, am I able to do it because of the cards he has face down on the field? But I mean, if you use Lance, you're really good to go. Oh, this actually hurts. It was actually able to do the Purgatrio. The Lance on the Alastair was useless sadly, as he had another copy of the Alastair. But he cannot do the battle phase because of the Palace. But he has at least the Purgatrio. And not only that, but he has a Molahu. He can actually play with a Molahu and put face down the cards. There's going to be a Floodgate on the Samurai Destroyer. Alright. He lets Thysburn destroy himself. So now he's just going to summon maybe a Ryan, but I mean, being Ryan or Saitri, it's going to be faced down by Molahu at some point. He knows he's not able to do anything. Otherwise, I guess he cannot use the effect anymore because no more Element Saver. Otherwise, he's just like waiting. That's another choice. Alright, so he decides to put himself in defense position for the Alastair. And now he's gonna be chaining the effect of Molahu. No, he doesn't. Somehow he doesn't want to. Alright, interesting. I cannot say much, but I do believe he could have been using it just to stop synchros. What happens is you have the power of the Zektron, and the main issue is you actually do not deal any damage. You could actually have stopped the Ryan, in my opinion. That will have been better. Let's see what is going to happen. So he draws the Smiger. By the effect of the Thysburn, this one. Self-15 discards the Smiger. Self-15 destroys himself. Alright, it's going to be a side tree. Alright, so uses leveled application. And it's going to be for Black Rose Dragon. That was a great play. That was a great play. I see the deal with the level application right now. I still sometimes get confused for no reason. He actually got it. So yet again he opens up with a Palace. No, it depends on the card he has. Okay, he had the Aleister. He had that Aleister here. Okay. Aleister's effect wasn't activated for some reason, which I'm quite surprised. Will probably depend on the graveyard that he has, I guess. Otherwise, that means he only has like one copy of Invocation in the deck. I'm trying to see the grave. Let me try to hold it, because sometimes it doesn't load because of chains. Alright, we're able to see. So he has one Invocation. He changed the Canadia that he has in the graveyard, so scrolling yet again so people can actually see everything. Alright. We'll also show the grave on the side of Crystron for the sake of it. A Ballista Lance, Self-Near Side Tree. And what is interesting is he has the entry and the impact in the graveyard. By the way, entry, let me just show the card for those that don't know, because it's actually a card that has been put a long time ago when the Crystrons were for the first time released in a box. It's quite a special card because when it is in the graveyard, it's a sort of leveled application, and it's actually not. I do believe it's a. Let me read this wisely. Yes, it is a leveled application, kind of. Alright, I'm not wrong, I'm glad. Alright, so Self-Infamy has this card, the Praseodal. Self-Infamy activates the effect. It's going to summon something, and I have no idea which something it is, but he's probably going to go for Theisvern. Otherwise, it's going to be Smyger. Or he can also go for Rosenix. So literally, to resume, Theisvern, Smyger level 3, Rosenix level 4. Goes for the Smyger, fair enough. Oh, okay, the Flood is actually going to sub the Smyger. See, he still enormous summons with Soften here. And decides to attack the Canadia. It seems to be the case that he only plays one Invocation Rufus. I have them. No, actually, no. He changes the attributes. Wait, does he really have an Invocation, or he's just like trying to. He doesn't have an Invocation, actually. Oh, that is shocking. No clue. I guess he only has one Invocation on the side of Shifu. The Smyger's effect activates, gets himself the Crystron impact. And he's yet again not even going to attack. Which is very funny, like, not only Shifu cannot stall, but he doesn't have more Invocation copies, which is really shocking in my opinion. Like, I do believe he doesn't have the... Like, this is the issue. He has the Invocation in the graveyard, and the fact that the two lasers are actually in the graveyard is what causes him a lot of issue. Went for Sacro. He goes for the Ametrix. And there's also Crystron Impact summoning another Ametrix. Oh, for me this is looking like a win here. And it happens. Otherwise I guess I can be shocked if any trap there is going to be. But I mean, if I say droning, it's not going to happen, right? No, it's going to be Fiendish Chain. Alright. Fair enough. That was a Fiendish Chain here. And Kizaru is going to take the win here for his team. What a match. What a duel was this. Incredible. So Shifu is going to be out this time. I'll be updating the scores, and we'll be seeing soon the next player on the roster on the side of CWC. So chilling with Chilah. of Terragari. Yeah, he did good. Schaefer did good. No matter what, he did good. Also, he did the possible with the deck list he had with Invocation. I mean, any player that plays for me Team Wars, they do good most of the times. I always, and this is important, I never say he's garbage or something like that. They all play well. They all play well. There's always a moment when I'm like watching a match, I just cannot guess what the player is going to do. And if they do so to me, for me they're good players no matter what. And this is something I guess not a lot of people are like thinking over, but you should sometimes do so. Right, so let's see. The 5th player has entered. I'm going to finally be able to put the name of him, sorry. Who is it? Reveal yourself. It's Orwin or Sun, one of the two. Okay, I'm actually curious to see who is going to be the next player. So I'll yet again hide the screen because yeah, that's how I am. Just enjoy that image as usual. So let me see the next player. Okay, I think a lot of players are actually going to be high for this one. I don't think a lot of people will have expected to see him. Just saying that. Yeah, it's time for Wayne this time, guys. So we're gonna launch the duel, put his name, and we're ready to go. So he's playing with Mokuba, so he's playing the Skullciliator for sure. Alright, so we're gonna have Kisara opening with the Scrap Recycler. There's going to be that Self-15 as well. Alright, summon Smyger. Smyger going to destroy the Scrap Recycler. Going to summon Side-Tree. The classic plays from Christian. Which skill is Kisara playing? Leveled Application, as everyone is saying. Right, so Charge of the Light Brigade. Now I know I've got like one of the people who told me that Christian got to be played with Lightsworn, like some of the people were trying to do such version, which is really interesting to see such. I personally think full Christian is still fine, but that is cool to watch some different type of Christian again. Right, so in the graveyard he has a Self-15, he also has the Christian entry, he has an Impact, a Scrap Recycler, and a Thizer. That is quite a graveyard if I do want to say so. Alright, so he summons the Smyger. I do guess he could go for... Oh no, don't tell me. Acquiring Gandrax. Yeah, that is going to be definitively acquiring Gandrax. He uses already the Price Yordle. He has the Side-Tree in hand. Or maybe he has another... Okay. He had another, so it's going to be Smyger over the Rosenix. He has to do so in order to get the acquiring Gandrax. Otherwise, he can like not go for the acquiring Gandrax already and go for another Synchro. That is actually going to be up to him. I do still think doing acquiring Gandrax this soon is not a good idea in my opinion, because let's say you see Kisara having the Side-Tree. Alright, so Side-Tree can use its effect, takes the Scrap Recycler, summon it, and he gets the Lamentrix. Lamentrix changes in defense position, the acquiring Gandrax. Acquiring Gandrax tries to banish troops, but Side-Tree already banishes himself with another troop, so he actually goes for the acquiring Gandrax. He really went for that, which is a big surprise. He was just like thinking how do the Quarrying Gandrax, and what he did was use the effect of Rosenix on himself. Okay, this is actually good though. Only targeting the cards on the graveyard, that is a good choice. He could, in my opinion, also go for like Smiger if he wanted to. That is another choice he could have done. But that is still well played. I still think... Okay, I don't know how many cards he had in the graveyard sadly, but I do guess he could like go, instead of like touching Scrapper Recycler, touch the Price Yordle, Self-Fafnir, and then touch the Smiger. That is another thing he could have done. Alright, sets 2 cards. So Wayne is looking really good with that kind of field. But we can also see some great plays on the side of Kisara. This is not over yet for him. He actually banished the Smiger. He got himself the Crystal Impact. You just missed something, Scorpion. No worries, he did banish the Smiger. Thing is, he did a Synchro Shot. On this spot, he had a Scythree. On the middle, he had the Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn, and then here, he had the Smiger. He does the Synchro, gets himself a Quarrying Gandrax, only touches the cards in the graveyard, so he touches the Prasiodol, touches the Self-Fafnir, and the Scrapper Recycler. But the thing is, Scythree uses the effect, takes the Scrapper Recycler, does the Synchro, gets himself a Matrix. Which in my opinion, instead of Scrapper Recycler, could have gone with Smiger to prevent him tributing the Smiger while sending the Smiger from the graveyard to the banished pile to give himself a Crystal Impact. That's another thing he could have done. So this time it is the turn of Kisara, so goes for the Smiger, and I think he has to tribute himself sadly, and I do believe he's gonna go for the BRD, or so it is my impression. Goes for Ryan. Goes for Ryan. Interesting. Alright, so there's going to be Crystal Impact being used. Decides to summon the Tizern. So that was possibly the end phase when he used the Crystal Impact, so he did it intentionally. Shark it is. When you see a Cursor Mirror match, it is getting so brain because actually everybody plays it in a different manner. You're going to see everybody not using the same combination or same compositions and same skills. There can be a lot of things going on. I still think, if I gotta say one detail, I've seen players starting to use back Christian entry. I don't think you forcefully need any Christian entry. It is not really needed to like go for Christian entry. Also, Christian entry is better to have it in the graveyard. Okay, clever, clever, very nice. See you later. Sending back that Quarry Gandrax. Wise choice. I think he's gonna like try to force the opponent to go for another Matrix. Right, so discards the Scythree that he had, destroys the Self-Fafnir. So he's going to special summon something, maybe a level 3. I don't know if he's going to already special summon Ryan, but he can do so if he thinks he should do so. I don't think he has a lot of monsters, so indeed he's going to go yet again for the Quarrying Gandrax. As for the cards being banished, he's going to target the 3 monsters. So basically Ryan, a Matrix, and to finish it off, this Michael. That's indeed what he targets, and then obviously the Ryan is going to use the effect, and is going to take the Prasiodol back and put it back in the deck. Prasiodol is really going to help him out later on, in my opinion. Yes, he does that. The thing is, the fact that you have Prasiodol back in the deck, you can actually send him back to the graveyard. And not only that, you can also special summon it if you have another Self-Fafnir. But the use of Pressure is just too good and ridiculous because, oh, I banished myself and I special summoned a Crystron. Helpful to the acquiring Gandrax as fast as possible. Or a normal summon the side tree. So, Wayne is technically really good still. There's going to be almost similar plays. What is going to happen? Oh, actually, no. I do say so, but Wayne has he has a lot of advantage. Because of the graveyard and having a Crystron impacting the graveyard. I'm actually going to show the graveyard because I think it's a big pile, so everybody can actually watch it. So yeah, there's a Crystron impact, Scorpion Cycler, the light charge of the brigade, a Crystron entry, side tree, Raiden, and all the Crystron impacts he has too. Side tree, the 2 Ryans, the South of Nia, and then a Thyzer. Really solid graveyard, has 2 ways to protect his monsters from being targeted. So if he goes for the Quarrying Gandrax, he cannot banish the Quarrying Gandrax. He's forced to attack those that are in the graveyard, or else he's going to lose. Level application. So he's level okay. Ooh. Going for the BRD. I thought he was going to go for the Quarrying Gandrax, but no, BRD out of everything. Alright. So side tree's effect activates. And then there's Crystron entry as well. Alright. Banishing Crystron entry to change its level, interesting. I guess the Samurai Destroyer. So Samurai Destroyer can activate its effect. The Amatrix on the other side also activates its effect. Wayne has a lot of advantage still because of the effect activations. Amatrix decides to special summon the side tree, good choice here. Now 30 card Chilah is not really going to happen. In the past it was like better, and like because of the nerfs, like nobody's going to play 30 cards. Even if they try to like use cards to like send a lot of cards to the graveyard, it's not gonna happen again. The other strength of the 30 cards Shiranui was you can actually play more Shiranui monsters, other than like always stay with the staples. So you had like different kind of effects, pretty strong, underrated like Spirit Master, destroying a face-up monster, and also having the Samurai, which can banish Shiranui to then, in case he's attacked, banish his opponent monster. Alright, so battle phase for Wayne. He tried to attack with the Samurai Destroyer. And now the Samurai Destroyer doesn't want to attack. He wants to take the time. Wise choice because he has the side tree. Indeed, Shark. Good point. There's no forceful need to use a tech or an engine for Crystron. You can simply play Crystron by itself and it is just working perfectly. They all have like such nice synergy between themselves to special summon others. That is what's great about Crystron. I remember the day Crystron got released, we had like a lot of players thinking that the deck has potential because of the kind of effects. They were like, oh, it's quite an interesting deck that they added to Duel Links, and in the end it's a deck that I guess a lot of people love, then others hate because of, oh, it's taking a lot of time and all of that. But I mean, those are simply people who just hate the idea about time, so not my fault at some point. You're playing a game that is about cards, a deck like that being really long, it's normal. If you play too much or like just too long for like decks like Dark Magician or even Shiranui, for me it's even less normal. Alright, so let me see. Ryan uses the effect, takes Miger, is going to summon the Insectron. In my opinion, he's going to have a lot of difficulty. Plus, we have seen that he has... I do think he has still a Gizmo Chiara in hand, talking about Kisara. We'll see. I don't know, Shark. Yeah, could be so, but I mean, there's so much decks we could say, oh, it takes time and all. Like, take Element Saber. The fact that you have people that are way too much playing it in a stall version, so that means they just put cards and then they start waiting, you know, just because they have a little bit more cards than their opponent. This kind of play I hate so much because they just can't do much except that. And the other thing is sometimes you can go really fast because they have all the hand. And if they have, for example, 2 evocation on one turn, let's say second turn, it's really ridiculous. Element Saber is a ridiculous deck more than anything. Christian taking long, I think it is normal. You also have Super Heavy Samurai, which is another deck that is long. Still interesting, untraded, and I can understand that it's not like a meta deck anyways. Alright, Samurai Destroyer decided to destroy that Insectron, destroys the Smiger. I think he got a break card in hand, talking about Kisara. Right, goes for the Christian Impact. 2 card set. 2 card set, alright. There's also that side indeed, Sobos. I think most of the people do not like have all the decks, and when they, for example, know there's a strong deck, oh, it's so strong I want it, but I actually cannot afford it. There's also that kind of side. Wants to take the damage, uses the Christian Impact right now, and takes a Matrix for some reason. Oh, okay, I see why. He didn't really have a choice. Even if he destroys that Matrix, and Matrix can special summon another one. And here's the issue. If a Matrix destroys a Matrix, Quarrying Gandras is special summon. Kisara trying to survive at its best. Wayne already going for the battle phase. Surely trying to regain time as well. There's also that kind of side when you're playing first run. You need to regain time. And if you play quite fast, you can actually gain 20 or 30 seconds more. Impressive match here. An entirely impressive match. That is a mirror match for Christian that I have not seen yet. GG's to both players here on this match. So yet again a draw on the side of CWC. And we're gonna have Kisara removed out. 2 players remaining on both teams. I'm just going to update the score and then we'll be waiting for the next player. I guess he would thank you because I said GG's to both players, so no problem, Wayne. I think everyone is better than me as a player. The day I'm going to be like, oh hey, I'm actually in a team wars, a lot of people are going to be like, where's this garbage of Disturbia? What a bad player. I don't know. But anyways, we'll see who's going to be the next player. I'm actually going to look at the roster and maybe the channel as well. I'm going to tell you about the informations. Yeah, he protected the Sam Destroyer well, but there's also the fact that, also I say, having Samurai Destroyer in a Matrix, and mainly when you have the Quarrying Gandras on the graveyard, you never want to destroy a Matrix. If you do so, that is game. He was just blocked. On the side of Kisara, he couldn't do anything, and also, I don't know why he didn't went for the Quarrying Gandras. He had the possibility to go. There was a Quarrying Gandras he was able to do. And he used the leveled application to actually go for, Black Rose Dragon. I do think that was his misplay. It is not bad still, but I mean, he should have still tried to go for it. Because the thing is, you can target cards in the graveyard. The Christian Impact only is used when you target cards on the field, but not in the graveyard. So you summon the Quarrying Gandras, you use the effect, and boom, actually banish these cards. It's fine. So we're actually going to go already spectate. Raikiri is going to be the next player. Good luck yet again to both players, to both teams. And we'll see what kind of match they have in reserve. Let me just see. I do think I've prepared everything. Alright. We're good to go. Now, 3 Metrics is not needed. You want to play 2. And when you play a Synchro deck, you mainly want to have different levels. The more variety of Synchro you have, the better it is going to be. And if you have Staple, it's really going to help you. There's that side as well. Alright, interesting. Opening with a Lela Prismatic, and then there's a Prismatic Fiendish Chain. Alright. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, I do want to say so. Also, he used the Shards of Light Brigade, which I missed. Let me see, the graveyard, he has a Solfifnir. The man opened pretty good. I gotta say so. That was a good opening on the side of Wayne. So uses the effect of Solfifnir, discards this Smiger, destroys himself, summons the Ryan. And then there's going to be already a Floodgate. But then Forbidden Lands protects the Ryan. Or he's thinking maybe which Synchro he should go for. He can go for Black Rose Dragon if he wants to, but I don't think it's going to be his goal. We'll see. Because I mean, if he cannot summon again, he's just going to summon one Synchro and end the turn. Let's see. Which Synchro he shows for? Black Rose Dragon it is. Okay, there were 2 finishing. I don't see that often. Alright, Smiger banishes. He wants the crits on entry. He's cheeky. 3 oh, 3 back row. Jesus. Alright, Kiri, I don't know how he's going to be able to play against it. This is looking really tough for him. Goes with Elaster, first of all. As the come on, what is this? What is that Prismatic? Okay, show this Prismatic. I didn't miss this Prismatic, you funny. Ah, yeah. These players with these Prismatic cards sometimes are really... They're like nothing to me. I have the Navigation and Prismatic in this. And the Forbidden Lance is already going to stop the fusion. That is going to be a big hit. Unless he has a second Elaster. No. Absolutely not. It's going to be only a face-on card this time. And then Christian entry is going to chain special summoning 2 tuners and intentionally doing it on the main phase so he can actually do synchro before it ends his turn. So I think he's going to go for the first synchro. Let's see which one. Alright, goes for the Samurai Destroyer. I'm going to skip some animations. So Samurai Destroyer on the first place, and he can go for a second one. He doesn't want to. He wants to keep the Ryan. I have no idea why, but he wants to keep that little young boy who looks like Sonic, but it's actually Silver. But actually his name is Ryan. Alright, he uses Christian entry already. Puts himself up 4. I think he's going to do a level 5 synchro. Interestingly enough. It goes for the Matrix. I guess he wants some bait. I think he wants to bait the Phazon card. No, I don't think he had the Prosortal, or maybe he hasn't been used yet in the preview. each turn, so I'll just check quickly. There's a response, first of all. Actually, no. Going to be the win for Wayne again. There's a combat going on. There's a combat going on. I'm going to be saying this. CWC is on fire. But I still think Mike can actually come back. This is another loss for Mike, but they can actually come back. It's not the end for them. And we'll see if they're going to do a repeat or not. I do guess maybe they will go for the repeat, but I cannot guess it. It also depends on the team. So let's see what kind of decision they went for. On my side, I update the score. So far 6-7. Repeat. Alright, yet again I called it. So, yet again the team of Maya is going to go for the repeat. They use the 2 repeats. So we're yet again going to be seeing the Element Saber. Wayne doing Wayne things is just that easy. I mean, I don't even have the same deck list as his. Plus, imagine you've seen mine, Godfather. You'd be like, who the fuck is playing Dark Word Duel Links? And then you are going to say it's actually some Disturbia things. Anyways, we're back with the next duel. We have Raikiri on top with the repeat, and Wayne still using the Crystron with See You Later. Underrated skill. I'll still say Crystron with See You Later is a good version. If I see anybody saying that it sucks, that is a bad thing you're saying. No joke. Because See You Later is actually such a nice skill. Such a nice skill. Helpful for any situation. Alright, slow turn. He decides to actually normal summon the Leicester, put a face on card. I actually wonder why some people do not want to go for the face down a Leicester. Sometimes it's nice to actually put it face down. It's not every time you can actually do Quarring Gandrax for the second turn. Indeed, it can happen in the first turn indeed, but I mean, you will go for second turn or later on, depending on the situation of the match. So he is the charge of the Light Brigade. A Lance has been sent, then a Praetortal and a Side Tree. Raiden is summoned this time. He's gonna use the effect yet again to just mill and get some cards in the graveyard. Check the mills, all good. I'll actually be showing it yet again so everybody can actually see the cards. These are the cards in the graveyard on the side of Wayne. Lance, Praetortal, Side Tree, and then charge of the Light Brigade. Raiden using the effect this time. So I guess there was maybe some timing. So let's see. Scrap Recycler has been sent by the effect of the Raiden, and then a Lila. And it's actually the Prismatic one. Come on. I hate seeing that Prismatic Lila. I'm gonna want to talk with Wayne how he got this card in Prismatic, because this makes no sense. Almost nobody had this card in Prismatic. I even have 3 copies of this card, but this is awful. Anyway, stupid facts. He summoned the Thyzer, first of all. Ballista being used, so he's gonna do a Laser, then Tribute, and tries to target the Thyzer. Alright, Lance is going to protect the Thyzer. And another thing is there's a Praetortal, so he can actually go for lethal if he wants to. No, he's gonna go cool, he's gonna go for the Synchro, he's gonna go for the Samurai Destroyer. Okay, just not gonna skip the animation this time for the sake of... Sorry for the hit on the mic. I'm a terrible caster, I do apologize for that kick. Alright, decides to add with the Thyzer and the Self-Clear up. Tributes himself by sending a Rosenix. Rosenix is this card, which I do guess some of the people will forget, but I'm still going to showcase it. Smigers here. Right, wants to some of the... I mean, you can actually... Yeah, you can, honestly. It's face up. So you can actually attribute the token. Summon the Smiger. Going to go for the Amatrix. Or so I guess. Yes, he's going to go for the Amatrix. And that's going to be lethal. Unless there's a hand trap. No hand trap at all. Turn to lethal by Crystron. And it's going to be yet again the victory for Wayne. there's some flip table going on. So CWC already has the advantage of 2 points. The question is, can Mai come back? I do know they can have a lot of surprise because I know the team is good as all of the teams. So I will be stuck to see what Mai has as decks. In reserve, we can see anything. So let me see first for the scores. It's going to be 2 like that, alright. And then below we're going to have 3. So now we're going to have the last player on the rooster, which is going to have to be blank for the team of Mai. I'm actually going to give him 2 spots. Alright, so I don't know if this is me only, but I actually saw publicity on my side, so okay. Lance is just too good for Christian in my opinion. A lot of people will go for like Cosmic Cyclone, but Lance is just way better because you want to be able to do Synchron, and it's really needed to have Lance. I sadly don't have any Lance, so no Lance in my opinion, then it's becoming bad. And that is how it happens. He does have a lot of Lance better than CC at the point though. Christian often have no Lance in CC to deal with background. Yeah. Wincing, he doesn't need it. Alright, just checking the chat. We're actually waiting for Blank. Blank is going to join. As you see, there's 5 members. We're just waiting for him. Alright, so he's already on. Let's go watch these dudes. Alright, so another Yamahyugi. I guess it's going to be the same deck. Okay, Chris from starting turn 1 this time. Alright, goes for Self-Near this time. Okay, discard the Rosenix. Self-Near is going to special summon a Thysvern or a Smiger. Goes for the Thysvern. Nowadays suck. I mean, I guess when you're like playing Christian, you always and almost have always a Self-Near. I think when you have 3 copies, it is. When you have 2, it's more complicated. Alright, this is already interesting. He sets and then opens it. That is not something I've seen in years. And with the palace as well. So he has the Molly, he sets 1 card, goes for the battle phase. Classic one. So I think he's gonna wait for the effect of side tree. So what he's doing is provoking his opponent. Okay, interesting. Wayne knew that if he uses the effect, there will be... Okay. He goes for 1. He uses a Christian Impact or at least have 1. Does he want to use one of his effects actually? No, he does not want to actually do any disruption. Or just like send an element saber to the graveyard already. That's a choice. He knows there's a Christian Impact which is going to protect the Christians for Wayne. So we'll see what Blanca can do. Alright, Self-Near destroys himself after discarding a side tree. Summons Orion, and then there's the Floodgate. And then there's the thing, does he want to use Chilah. He wants the Chilah. He knows it. So now what we're going to see as a tribute, and then he puts a side tree from the deck, and then he normal summons the he normal summons the Ryan, he banishes, and then it all depends if he's actually able to normal or just simply special summon again another monster. It will depend on a lot of things. I do not think he has the way yet, so we'll see. So far he has, okay, he goes for the Stiesmer first of all. Gets himself a small, oh, cheeky. Alright, cheeky. This is gonna do different play. This is gonna do way different play. Alright, so he tributes it. Special summon that Ryan. So he wants to go ready for the Quarian Gandrax, intentionally, just to banish that Molyneux at least. So now Quarian Gandrax, which is going to banish the Molyneux. He doesn't have Turtle. He doesn't have Turtle. I'm actually going to show the graveyard. 2 side tree, aggression impact, then he has Salfafnir, he also has the Smyger, he also has the Ryan, then another side tree and the Resonates. He'll have to find a way to actually get another side tree, which is going to be complicated for him this time. And yeah, there was still timing for Molyneux. Very cheeky. Alright, very cheeky. He can still try the Purgatrio, which I think will be fine. Yeah, he has the possibility for a Purgatrio, but if he destroys the Quarian Gandrax, it's going to be better for him. Oh no, he wants to go for defense. Alright, he goes for defense, uses the Smyger of his opponent. Wise choice. Is he going to try to stall it? It's possible, but trying to stall is also tough. Alright, so just sets a card and ends the turn like that. I can't say much. I can try singing. It's debatable. Indeed, you can have the face-up Quarian Gandrax come back, but I think he just wants to bait him and use one of his traps or something like that. He's gonna want to use Cossidus just to like stall. And he also wants to like provoke him on getting himself a Purgatrio intentionally. He's gonna go with the Stally Whale. Okay. Cossidus attacking the Ryan. Provokes him. Forces him to do a Synchro, and it's gonna have to be the Insector. Wayne has impact. He has an impact in the graveyard Silvers, I believe. I can be wrong, but I do believe he had one. Yes, he has. There is a Christian impact, everybody. He has one. On the other hand, I believe there is a Floodgate and then there is a Nalu. Alright, goes for the Tribute Summon. No, this is a readable card if you said it, but I mean, we'll see what is going to happen. So, one card set, blank is just going to pass. The banishing or just the use of an effect. It's gonna take his time. Uses the Palace, alright, so he wants to get himself a... Alright, he's gonna go for the Molyneux. Yeah, he used the skill already. He used it on a Floodgate Ryan, he's forced to play differently. He kind of did the double Karin Gandrax. Alright, so Self-Ifnir discards the Tizevern. Destroys the other Self-Ifnir. That's interesting. I guess he didn't want to use the effect of the second Self-Ifnir somehow. Alright, so he flipped up the Karin Gandrax. Karin Gandrax yet again back in defense position. But then there's a Crimson Impact. Seems there's a response as well. And there is a Fiendish Chain. Alright. Another thing could be played here. Yeah, a deck out for the side of Filament Saber against a Crystron. He needs to get the Purgatrium. It's interesting. An Ending Nightmare. He used it to destroy the Fiendish Chain. Interesting play. He went for the Fiendish Destruction just to like reduce himself by 1000 life points. Uses an Aleister on the cost hitter, so I guess he has the way to actually do a fusion, which is why he discards the Aleister. Lapoila changing its attribute into fire. Yes, it is. Alright, so now he's going to use the invocation. We're gonna see Purgatrium, the big king of all the invoked cards. Alright, so how many attacks is he going to get? He has enough to destroy the Karin Gandrax and all of the monsters. So he uses the invocation first of all, puts it back in the deck, gets himself on the Aleister. Alright, so he skipped a turn because I guess he used the effect of the Palace on the previous turn, because I think he searched for the Molahu by using the Palace. So he cannot do a battle phase. Pretty normal, sadly. But that is actually the cost for when you're actually, how should I say, using the effect of the Palace. Someone's another Self-Ifnir, going to destroy a Self-Ifnir. Sets 2 cards a year. Alright, I think he's not gonna do self-destruction with the Self-Ifnir, so he just attacks with the Karin Gandrax. Goes for the self-destruction with the Self-Ifnir, so I think what he's looking for is... apologies. He wants to summon a tuner. Alright, so now this is what I thought could happen. He wanted to use the effect of the Unending Nightmare just to get the Destiny draw. Pretty cheeky move, but he has the right to do so. I don't think it is even bad. Okay, he had the second palace, alright, but in case he didn't have the second palace, it will be fine. But indeed, palace helps on the attack boost. Mainly if he's like looking to destroy the face down Quarry and Gendrax. Alright, goes for the earth. He could have declared another attribute, I think. Let me just check it out. Well, it doesn't matter. 2 different attributes. The earth for nothing, actually. So let's see. He's trying the attack. Quarry and Gendrax still attacking. Is there a response? There's a lance. He'll have to be forced to use the Leicester. And he knows he doesn't have a choice. Oh no! Even worse. Concentrating current. And then a Leicester to get that huge boost. The question is there another answer? None. But then, Gendrax uses the effect. And then Purgatro can attack yet again. No, he didn't want to attack again. And also I forgot one thing. I say that, but this is concentrated current. When you use it, you cannot attack with any other monsters until the end of the turn. So yeah, big damage. And Quarry and Gendrax not even using the effect of like special summoning another one. If it did, it will have been over for him, because Purgatro has still another attack to do, because it attacks all monsters. There's no limit. Alright, so he has this Might Gear, uses the charge of the Light Brigade. Cards that have been sent are Ryan, a Price Turtle, which actually came really late in my opinion, and Scrap Recycler. Oof, Blackroot's Dragon. But there is a Cosset still on the field. But then worse, Smiger search for the Christian Impact, and he's pretty much able to attack. Alright, so he banishes the Resonance, special summons the token. Oh no, he ends the turn. So no, Cosset is actually going to be in attack position. He has to do so. Or worse. Alright. He has the invocation, he can summon anything. He'll go for the Purgatro, I think. Goes for the Purgatro. No question. Otherwise... no, he cannot. He just... Liver, he uses the BRD. I know that Blank knows the cards that are banished. Alright, Christian Impact already being used. Alright, somehow he used it already, but I don't think he has anything else. Yeah, he does not. And it's gonna be the end of the match. Sorry, not the end of the match, but the end of the duel. Blank takes the win over that impressive Christian. Big GG's to both players for that duel. Yet again, I'm speechless. I don't have anything to say. They played very well. So let me just top deck no, that's really without a deck, alright. And now it's time to change the score, then we're ready to go for the next match. I mean the next duel. What happened? The score is looking better at least, and then we have the next one. They're ready to go, we're already gonna join their match. Let's get right into it. Alright, going for Ishizu Ishtar. Probably a Dark Magician, which will be no surprise, as it is in my opinion the best matchup against Element Saber. Element Saber begins, already a Leicester. So he does the same play as in the previous match, interestingly. Boom. Gookie incoming. That would be so funny if we see Gookie. I want to see Melodious on a Team Wars. This is my wish. That would have been sweet if anybody had like Amaterasu being summoned. Like Amaterasu is such a nice card. Alright, anyways. Cosset is on the field. He's going to stay like that. Going to protect himself with hand traps. It's going to be defensive. Alright, it's going to be Hero. We see a card revealed. Because obviously that is the effect of Forest. So because you use it from the hand, you have to prove that you use a Forest. Alright, anyways, Forest being special summon, it's going to special summon Increase. Increase tributes the Forest, special summon the Lion. Lion uses its effect for the first time to send a hero from the deck to the graveyard, and after that you banish a hero from the graveyard to get yourself a polymerization. But not only that, but hero can actually get some advantage. You can actually go for direct attacks. You can also go for what I actually have some wonders. I do believe the effect of Blast, which is a masked hero, only reduces by half the attack until the end of the turn and not the defense. Plasma suck. Yeah, indeed. If he has Plasma, he is going to be able to take over Cossidus. Alright, so he has the polymerization. Everybody's right in the chat about that. Oh no, he's going for Trinity. Or he's going for Adoration. Trinity will help him out. So, alright, going for the Trinity. He wants to go for Trinity. Sadly doesn't have Plasma, but he has the Trinity. And this is bugger so far. And he's going to deal enough damage to not give his opponent a Destiny drop. Going for the first attack. And it's a Sphere Karibo. A Sphere Karibo and an Element Saber, which is actually a card we don't see that often as well. Goes for the form change. Alright, goes for the form change. I think he's going to go for the Anki. Or no, Koga. Wants to go for Koga. Alright, he wants to provoke his opponent on wasting the Aleister. Is he going to use it or not is his choice here. He uses it. He wants to get defensive. He wants to stall. He wants to protect his Cossidus. It's not gonna be for long though. You have one more turn before you can actually be able to do any fusion at your will. So now the issue is going to be the fact that he doesn't have any. He has one Element Saber actually, but he can actually do some plays. Gatru and he's going to be fine. Alright, he uses the effect of Nalu. Indeed goes in fire, so he's gonna want to get that fusion done. We'll just duck dead when he is, no worry. Sacred Shard. Alright, Cyclone forced to banish that invocation. To just try to like disrupt the plays of his opponent. He doesn't have any way to actually boost his attack at the end of his deck. He actually has maybe one card he could get, but it depends if he has the top deck or not, so I'm not sure he's really able to defend himself. He can only attack Celestial, but if he does attack Celestial, it is over for him. You'll let your opponent draw 2 cards, not a good solution. Oh my god. Has another Aleister, is able to yet again get another fusion. So by the looks of it, he's gonna probably go for the Caliga intentionally. Alright, this is going to be the first Caliga we see as well in this Team Wars. I do guess he's going to do so. Let's see. Normally in the graveyard there's no element, there's just dark as an element. Indeed. Okay, he is indeed going for the Kaliga. It's going to have a bit of issue. Just a little bit. Okay, no, he has a lethal. It is over. He wins. He has a lethal. It's actually going to be the win for Blank here. My god. There's nothing to say. Purgatory attacks the Celestial, you use the Aleister, you win the match. It's going to be 2,300 attack, which is enough to defeat him. Oh no, I forgot the Koga off. I forgot about Koga, who can actually use its effect. Reduced by half. So, does he want to use the Aleister? I don't think he's going to want to anymore. Yeah, just going to take the damage, it's fine. Plus, I mean, he's still going to be able to defend himself. There's also the Kaliga, pretty much stopping most of the effects. Alright, so indeed, even I as a commentator made a misplay. I shall not forget so much about Koga having that quick effect and being able to banish a hero to actually reduce by half the attack of one of the opponent's monster. Let's see what Wayne is going to be doing. Already used the Silt Tomes. So he's going to go for attack and puts in defense the Celestial. He's going to go for the Cossidus. He wants the Cossidus destroyed. Nice choice. Alright, so he has 2 cards. He could go for another card being set as well. He has the possibility to do so if he wants to go and look for an invocation. Alright, he goes for that. Going to be the turn yet again of Wayne. 2 cards on his hand, he's still pretty fine. Alright, puts himself in attack. But then there's Kaliga. Well, he should be worried about Kaliga anyways. And actually gets him. Okay. Okay, tributing summon. So actually we know that he got a break, and he doesn't want to attack, surprisingly. He doesn't want to attack at all. I love how Blank is actually doing the I sit and I face up. Quite a funny play when it comes for the Palace. It's like they want to showcase this thing. Alright, so he has the Molly. Ooh la la. It's good to go. It's really good to go. Just saying. Sends the Molly here, good choice. Flips down the Koga. Koga will be forced to reduce by half the attack of one of the monster. But then pretty useless as he's gonna just go for the Purgatio. The real thing is, it depends on if Wayne has a hand trap, which he can still defend from. He can defend himself from the Purgatio, so we'll see. Right now, he takes his time. Good choice. Good choice because he used the effect of the Palace. Okay, there's gonna be. Oh no. No, wait, he can only use the first effect. He summoned the Stratos can only use the first effect, so he has to add a monster. Why? Because the second effect is if you have other monsters, other hero monsters, except Stratos, you can actually destroy the Palace. Kaliga is protecting hero player at the moment. I do want to say so, yeah. I cannot say much with the plays. Like every time I see a certain field, sometimes you can have so much debates. For me, all I'll be able to say is he wanted to get the Purgatura, but then Plasma. Yeah, over. Plasma is going to take on any monster. He's going to take Molly. He shall... Well, he couldn't do anything actually. If he top decks though, if he gets a top deck, he can maybe get a lot of stats and he just needs the Mazalanica. It's going to be the only card which is going to help him out. On the other side, there's the Palace giving a lot of stats to the player. Oh, he's in a bad position here. Plasma is going to take control of the field. Plasma can also use the effect again for the Kaliga. He doesn't want to take control. Alright. Otherwise, that's maybe only one card you can equip to this card. Which I can be wrong. Let me just see. No, indeed, that is a once per turn. So I think he purposely does not want to equip any monster to him. Sphere Kariba is actually going to really help him out this time. He just needs to attack the Plasma. Well, no, there's actually a mass change. He doesn't care. Use the Plasma, or otherwise it's going to be increased. No, he goes for the increase, alright. He wants to keep the Plasma to negate the effects. Alright, so he draws a card. Goes by using the effect of the Palace. I guess he's gonna try to do some attack by the looks of it. Otherwise, it's possible that he has the spell he wanted. Right, he has the Molly. Sets a card. Plasma being destroyed, and he can end the turn. Stratus effect is being used, goes for the mass change on the Stratus. So the Palace and the spell and trap is going to be destroyed. No wait, only one can actually be destroyed, funnily enough. Okay, Blast is going to reduce by half the attack of the Balahu. Can also decide to send back the Palace if he wants, but I mean... Alright. Good choice. Celestial banishing Plasma as well to draw the 2 cards. And yet again, it's going to flip up the Anki back again. Alright, Blast uses the effect. It's going to send the Palace back to the hand. And it's going to be lethal because he gets himself a mass change. Change. Gets himself another Anki. And this time it's going to be the win for Wayne. So far we're 9 for Chilling with Chilah and then 7 for mine. Okay, let's see for the decks. Both players are only having one deck remaining. No, Blank has to go with another deck this time. And I do think they're pretty much ready yet again. So we'll join the match. We'll join the duel. Oh my god, I'm always making confusion between match and duel, so I do apologize for that. Anyways, let's go. Okay, each is a star, which we which is Wayne. Right, another Yamayuki. No. Okay, that is a bait. I know what he's playing. Dark Magician. Yep. Was our Magician as I expected. Okay, Circle being used, and then Cosmic Cyclone. Alright, so that's one card. 2, 3, ends the turn. Special summons the buy-in. He's delicious. Alright, goes for polarization, so I think he's gonna go for adoration here. Indeed goes for adoration. First attack passes, and second one as well. Ah, yeah, there's the mask change. And that is going to be it. Wayne wins the last duel of this encounter between Mai against Chilling with Chilah, and the champion. The winners of this match is none other than Chilling with Chilah. Great duels over the world as usual. Great duels. Shout out to both teams. Well played to both of them. Let me just update the scores while I'm talking, or just not talking, I guess. So on this side, alright, so Blanco's here. And then Wayne taking last win. Up here. Yeah, I don't know, maybe if both of the people want to do an interview, but I have no idea, so we'll see if they want to have an interview. I actually have no idea if they want to. So I don't know if I'm going to be ending the stream. Maybe Hayes is going to tell me more information about it. To be fair, Wayne could have top decked any monster. Possibly, yeah. Possibly. Can't say much here. Let me know when to host raid. Yeah, sure, Hazy. The thing is, I'm actually trying to see if they want an interview, but I mean, I am not yet into interviews. I'm not going to lie to you, so I preferably want to maybe host or something of that kind, so that's one thing here. Let me just... And thank you very much. Hope everybody enjoyed the casting, and mainly hope you enjoyed these duels, which is for me what matters. So for the raid, I'm actually just going to see, unless Hazy decides, I have no idea. Hazy, if you want to say anything, if you want a specific person to raid, tell me so, because I actually, if you want me to like raid one of our team, we can do so. Can be Nefroth, can also be Bunko too. Yeah, sure. I think I'm gonna go for Bunko. Yeah. We're actually going to do the raid right now, so he's going for it, so I think he's gonna end the stream right here. So I'm going to end the stream when the raid has been launched. For everyone, I'll tell you, see you next time on another Team Wars. It was Disturbia, the caster.